Well, hello everyone, it's Jordan Howard here, and this podcast will be answering the question, should Christians go to prom? We're going to begin with the first slide, which is, what is prom? Prom is an event in high schools in several countries, although different countries have different names for it. It is where high school students go to a formal event. The boys wear suits or tuxedos, and the girls wear dresses. The event usually lasts 3 or 4 hours, and, the event plays a bunch of garbage-worthy music. They also crown a prom king and queen, and a lot of you will be surprised with what prom court is designed for. This hobby has to go into all of the details of prom, as this video has to do with if Christians should go to prom or not. The answer to this question is a resounding no, and this is not a legalistic response to this, as the next 7 slides will explain why. Prom is very lustful, demonic, and extremely worldly. The topic of prom is a variable issue, since if a Christian school hosts a prom where they only play godly music, require Christian girls to dress modestly, ban lustful dance moves, and kick out anyone who violates these set rules, then in that case, a prom would be perfectly okay. By the way, in that modesty part, the reason I didn't mention boys is that it's guaranteed that they'll be modestly dressed at their prom as they wear tuxedos. This podcast is talking about the usual kind of prom our society is familiar with, and that kind of prom is not okay to attend, as it's very worldly and disgusting. Let's head on to the second slide. Lustful passions. Prom strongly encourages lustful passions. As the girls were revealing dresses to prom, these type of ugly dresses will be addressed in the fourth slide. Matthew 5:27-28 says, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. There are a lot of lustful dance moves that take place at the prom, and there's also a lot of peer pressure regarding lustful activities. A lot of teenagers plan on losing their virginity on prom night. This means that they plan to fornicate on prom night. There's a lot of fornication that takes place on prom night. Most of the music that's played at prom are also hypersexualized too. When the boys and girls dance together at prom, they do lustful dance moves as they gaze each other in the eyes. They also do the make-out style kissing during the process as well. These lustful things then lead to fornication. Prom is also known as a secular rite of passage into adulthood. By the way, kissing should be reserved for marriage, as it is an intimate thing. Prom promotes a lot of sensuality which is also known as lasciviousness, and is a work of the flesh. The teens also cherish sexual thoughts as they do the lustful dances. 1 Corinthians 6:18-20 says, Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirits, which are God's. Lust is not true love, as lust is selfish, since it only cares about self, and is self-centered. There is nothing lovely about lust. Now on to the third side, rebellion. Prom also promotes rebellion, as it teaches teenagers to do whatever they want. This means that they're teaching a lesser Crowleys do what thou wouldst lie. 1 Samuel 15:23 says, For rebellion is as the son of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. There is also drug use that takes place at prom sometimes. There are even fights that take place at prom too. To add fuel to the flame, there's also the worldly music which teaches rebellion. One might present the argument that proms are supervised, but this type of supervision can only control what happens outwardly, as they can't control the inward things like the cherished lustful thoughts and the lust that builds up inside of the teens during prom. There's a lot of things that are a rebellion against God that prom teaches and encourages. The satanic agenda behind prom is also revealed in some of the Hollywood movies and shows. Do not watch such movies or shows, by the way, as they're evil. Some of those movies even portray Christians as crazy or killjoys. This sort of thing is a part of a demonic agenda. Christians are not crazy, and we're not killjoys either. There was one time when a narcissistic girl buried her newborn baby alive in her backyard after the prom. There was also a girl who dumped her baby in the trash and then went to prom afterwards. This is very appalling and preposterous. What's even worse was that the girl who buried her newborn baby did not receive a proper sentence that would fit the heinous crime, which means that the judge who sentenced her did not properly uphold the law. Now on to the fourth side, revealing dresses. At school proms, a lot of girls wear revealing dresses. These type of dresses are immodest and sensual. Dressing immodestly is deadly. I repeat, it is deadly. 1 Corinthians 2:9-10 says, In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls or costly array, but which becomes women professing godliness with good works. The school proms are teaching underage girls to dress immodestly, and this sort of thing is a form of grooming. The seductive dresses that the girls wear to prom makes them look like prostitutes. The ads for prom dresses often boast of prom dresses being seductive, sexy, and other synonyms. Proverbs 7:10 12 says, And behold, there met him with a woman, the attire of an harlot, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. Proverbs 7:24-27 says, Hearken unto me now therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her paths. For she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. As Christians, we must dress modestly, as dressing immodestly is a lustful sin. There is nothing beautiful nor cute about the revealing dresses that a lot of girls wear to prom, as those immodest dresses or a big fat eyesore are very ugly and are sensual. This sensual style is absolutely disgusting and is very dangerous. These girls are being taught the deceptive art of seduction and sensuality. This is how proms teach a form of toxic feminine power, and that is very demonic and it's deadly. Immodesty is a stumbling block, and scripture also warns against causing others to stumble. And now let's move on to the fifth side. Egotistical prom courts. Proms also have a prom court, which is where they crown a prom king and a prom queen. The prom king and queen is chosen based on popularity, appearance, and social standing. This means that prom court is based on inflated egos and pride. Proverbs 16:18-19 says, Pride goeth before destruction, and unhaughty spirits before a fall. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud. John 3:30 says, He must increase, but I must decrease. When the prom king and queen is crowned, that feeds the inflated egos of the two popular students. This therefore feeds their pride and makes them more prideful, and it makes their egos bigger. Prom court is absolutely worthless, as it literally does not matter after the prom, and is nothing more than just a popularity ego contest. Pridefulness hurts others and ruins friendships. We must have humility, and prom courts teach the opposite of this. Pride and an inflated ego goes hand in hand, as the two cannot be separated. And now on to the next slide. Peer pressure. There's a lot of peer pressure that takes place at proms too. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. Matthew 18:6-7 says, But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged around his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offences! For it must needs be that offences come, but woe to that man by whom the offence cometh. At proms, a lot of teens are peer pressured into fornication, lustful dance moves, and possibly even kissing. Teens are also peer pressured into fighting and other rebellious actions at proms as well. All of the various problems that come with proms is what makes them a satanic gathering. Proms are basically like the Super Bowl halftime show of public schools. One thing that proms and the Super Bowl halftime show both have in common is that they're both very worldly and satanic. They both play worldly music and have festival dance moves. The horrible things about proms have most certainly gotten worse over the years, and that is because sin is always progressive, as sin always grows, if not repented of. The new fashion trends continue to get worse. The fashion trends surrounding prom justice continue to get more sensual. But this sort of thing is also a stumbling block too. Teens are even peer pressured into more rebellious tasks at prom too. Prom is basically one rebellious event, and we all know that rebellion never ends well. Now onto the seventh side, worldly music. We all know that proms play worldly music. The music played at proms are satanic and hypersexualized. As of 2009, the song that was most commonly played at proms was Just Dance by Lady Gaga. And that song is sensual and very satanic. The song that was in third place for songs most commonly played at proms was I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. That song is satanic, and it also teaches the gay agenda, as it's about two girls kissing each other. What a disgusting song that is. The song that ranked number 7 for most common songs played at proms was Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake. The title of that song is a dead giveaway that the song is seductive. These rankings were as of 2009, so imagine what the rankings look like today. In fact, the rankings are a lot worse today, since the worldly music always gets worse over time. This type of music also plants lustful thoughts in the teens while they engage in lustful dance moves, and the kissing. There's also the hideous revealing dresses the girls wear, and the peer pressure. These type of things are the biggest reasons why so many teens fornicate on prom nights. It's because of all the lustful things that are encouraged at the proms. Oh, and what's disturbing is that the songs I mentioned earlier, these type of lustful songs are being played at proms for hundreds of teens. And that is disturbing. Now onto the eighth side, and final slide, which is the conclusion. In conclusion, because of how dark, grotesque, and lustful proms are, Christians should not attend prom, as it is a very sensual and worldly atmosphere there. Proms are also preparing teens for the nightclubs. The nightclubs are a lot worse than the proms are. At proms, the worst things that are there are the revealing dresses, the lustful dance moves, the sensual songs, and the rebellion. Proms are a walk in the park compared to nightclubs. At nightclubs, not only are there the revealing outfits, lustful dance moves, and sensual songs, but there's also drunkenness, carousing, and other extreme forms of rebellion, and drug use. By the way, carousing is a harsh form of drunkenness. 1 John 2:15-17 says, Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, The lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth for ever. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Have a nice day, and goodbye.